Gentlemen, welcome to Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Yesterday, the impeachment of Ntuli, the agriculture CS, left William Samoei Ruto a worried man. The impeachment left William Samoei Ruto with some eggs on his face. Chungwa, who is the majority leader, tried to rally all the UDA to defend their own, but they refused. They betrayed him. They moved on and impeached the embattled CS. In fact, about 80% of the members present in the National Assembly supported the move to impeach Ntuli. Only that 6 members of parliament voted to defend the embattled CS. This has left William Samoei Ruto a worried man. This has left William Samoei Ruto asking many questions and even blaming some of his UDA. But in this video, I want us to look at what impeachment mean, what this impeachment mean to William Samoei Ruto and his UDA administration. The first thing is that Parliament is now stamping its authority. Parliament is becoming assertive. You know very well that William Samoei Ruto has always tried to control Parliament. But now, they can say no. Parliament is now standing its ground. And when Parliament stood its ground, it is something that has to worry William Samoei Ruto. Because now, hapo beleni, they were referred to as voting machines. So the voting machine is now asserting itself. The second thing is that William Samoei Ruto now realized that these people are listening to the crowd, and the crowd is extremely hostile. If you listen to Ajiko on the crowd, if you listen to the common mwananchi, you realize that the government of William Samoei Ruto has become very, very unpopular. If you go huku mashinani, one thing that you realize is that even the members of parliament have become very, very unpopular. The fact that they are now listening to the crowd is something that is worrying William Samoei Ruto. The fact that they are also worried is something also that worries William Samoei Ruto, that his troop is also worried. The third thing is that this is all about 2027 general elections. William Samoei Ruto is worried because come 2027, these people can easily abandon him. And if they abandon Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, especially those who comes from Mount Kenya, if they could betray their own son, what about William Samoei Ruto? This is the question that is ringing in the president's mind. The fact that the members of UDA, elected members of UDA in the National Assembly, the fact that they could not listen to Ishongwa, and when Ishongwa was speaking, it is President Ruto who is speaking. The fact that members of his own party could vote with opposition, could unite with the opposition, is actually a red signal. It is something that is worrying William Samoei Ruto, that the opposition, these members of parliament, can actually unite in 2027 and kick out the government of William Samoei Ruto. The other thing that is making William Samoei Ruto worried, a worried man, is because this is just a signal that more CSs could be impeached. Najua ni yale ya ukiona mwenzako akinyolewa kipake chako maji. You know very well that the opposition has been leading an onslaught against impeaching some of these incompetent CSs like Susan Nakumicha, the health CS. Remember Babu Owino actually gave the speaker that notice to impeach the CS because the doctors are still on the strike. So his government could be antagonized. William Samoei Ruto's CSs could be shown the door. Because the only thing that now remains is the 6-member select committee. And after they give their report, then William Samoei Ruto will have no other option but to fire the CS. So more could follow. I don't know whether you can mention some of the other CSs who you think should be fired, who you think should be impeached by the National Assembly. Again, it is a clear indication that William Samoei Ruto is losing the grip. He is losing the grip in his party. He is losing the grip in UDA. Because you cannot tell me, unajua hapo beleni, hapo ni simu tu angechukua. Awabia, you remember what he said when he was in Narok during the 2023-2024 finance bill. Nagojea nione wale watu, ile bunge nione nani ambaye atapiga kura. Kupiga ile msaada kujengea watu nyumba. Ule mswada wa watu kujengea nyumba. You remember written the members of parliament. But now, they are voting against his wish. They are defying him. So the fact that he is losing the grip, because that is a statement, that I'm losing the grip. Sio kama beleni. Hapo beleni, hakuna mtu ambaye wa UDA angethubutu hata kufikiria. Sio tu kupiga kura, kufikiria tofauti na vile ambavyo William Samoei Ruto anafikiria. Na kama kuna mtu alifikiria tofauti na vile ambavyo rais alifikiria, he could not come out and maybe show the position. The other thing is that the culture of defiance has set in. In future, William Samoei Ruto will be telling members of UDA to do this and they'll be refusing. In future, they'll be telling him on his face. Because this has just begun. And once it has begun, it will be very, very difficult to contain. The other within the government. Opposition within the government is very, very dangerous for the president. I remember wakati wa Mwai Kibaki, the coalition government could not speak in one voice, but they could unite for the interests of the nation. And Kibaki had a hell of time. I also remember that when Uhuru Kenyatta started cooperating with Raila Amolo Odinga, I remember the then deputy president, the current president William Samoei Ruto, led his troop in opposing most of the bills that were fronted by Uhuru Kenyatta. So when you have opposition within the government, ni hatari kubwa sana, because they are going to leak most of the information in the government to the opposition. And this one can only get worse and can only work against William Samoei Ruto. The other thing that is making William Samoei Ruto worried by this impeachment is that it will be very, very difficult for William Samoei Ruto to manage his succession. His succession will be very difficult to manage. For example, if you'll be lucky enough to win the second term, the campaign to succeed him will start before he's sworn in. The campaign to succeed him will run out of heart. He will not be able to manage his succession, because when you look at UDA, the guys are now coming out. And these guys could end up forming a different political union, a different political party. And a different political party coming from William Samoei Ruto's party would be a disaster to him. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but from where I sit, the impeachment of Mithika Ntuli is a strong statement to William Samoei Ruto that we can also impeach you, that you are not comfortable with your CSs, that the government is, or the country is headed in the wrong direction. It is a vote against William Samoei Ruto. Guys, have a blessed day, and I hope he's going to address the nation at 1 p.m. I'm going to give a pre-national address once he's ready, allowed 1 p.m. We shall be live to see what will happen. Have a blessed day.